Has there ever been a time when you realized that you had been living life in a trance? Like the meh zone, where things aren't super great, but they're not terrible. It's like in that awful gray zone. That's kind of where I found myself up until about 4 days ago. I mean, the first part of the year was pretty exciting. I had my grandbaby here and I turned 50, and I had my family at home, and, it was new and exciting. And then I found when I had COVID that I just kind of shut down. I felt awful for so long, and I lost so much cognitive ability and so much energy that I just didn't push myself anymore. I didn't really talk to that many friends. I didn't really push myself with exercise. I didn't really set goals for myself. I was going through the motion. I was in the mess zone. I'm just curious if anyone out there who is seeing this has felt that way or might be feeling this way now. And maybe it comes and goes. But the truth is, I didn't even realize that I was doing that. I mean, my life is pretty good. I pretty much write my own schedule. I work from home. I have great clients. I get along with my family. And yet there was something lacking. So please know that you're not alone. But I'd like to share what I did that actually ended up turning things around. And I shouldn't be surprised because I do this work with people, but I was actually surprised at how well it worked. The first thing that I did once I woke up and realized that I have been in this trance for months is I wrote down all of my values. And usually when I work with people, they write values in particular areas of life. Like Ed and I have done our relationship values. I have my career values. I have my spirituality values. I have my health values. I have values for fun and friendships. But this time, I was so off that I just started writing all of my values for life. And all that means is asking, what's most important to me about living a great life? And the song from Switchfoot, This Is Your Life, Are You Who You Want to Be, was playing in my head. And so I wrote, and as I wrote things like spirituality, family, freedom, connection, nature, beauty, passion, love, variety, travel, fun. Where had the fun gone, right? Teaching, compassion, contribution, vitality, creativity, dancing, and more, right? Like it goes on and on. And what I realized was that I was pretty much living 3, maybe 4 of my values a day, maybe. And what I know is that our values are our deepest level of programming. We get them when we're very young. And when you don't express or experience your values on a regular basis, like daily, it will cause you to either check out or completely leave that area of life where your values aren't being experienced, right? Whether that's your work, your relationship, whatever. I had checked out because I wasn't living and experiencing my values. I do this for a living. It sneaks up on us, right? And I was in the trance again. And it's so easy to do that with this pandemic. Like, I wish you were here so I could see if anyone was raising their hand and saying me too. So I committed to, I prioritized them, I stacked ranked them, and I committed to myself that I would start pulling in those top 10 values every day. And then what I realized that I wasn't playing much. I was learning and listening and supporting people and helping, but I wasn't playing. I wasn't regularly turning on music for long periods of time and having spontaneous dance parties, which I love to do. So I looked at the play types. There's a great book called Play. And I looked at all of the different play types to remind myself of my play archetype. And I'll put them in the chat. not in the chat because we're not on Zoom, but in the comments of the 8 different play types. But for me, my play types are the kinesthetic, because I love moving my body. I'm a very touchy, moving in my body kind of person. The explorer, I love exploring new places and doing new things, which is kind of hard to do these days. But whether that's online or outside, but having some variety and just exploring. The competitor, I wasn't setting goals for myself, so I wasn't even competing with my best. The creator, I wasn't consistently being creative, writing stories. I wasn't doing posts. I haven't been engaged in social media for quite a while, and I just started re-engaging again. I wasn't writing or painting. I was playing with my granddaughter. That was fun. And the storyteller, and I wasn't doing much of the storytelling either. So, wow, was I really lacking in the basics? So once I realized that, I have this sheet right by my computer, and I committed to 60 minutes of meditation, because spirituality is one of my top values, 30 minutes of journaling and creative writing, 30 minutes of playtime, 30 minutes of music, 30 minutes of movement. And a lot of these can overlap. So I wrote down maximum 3 hours out of 16 that I'm awake to commit to me. That's my self-care, right? And then there's also, spending time with my loved ones. Contribution. I started volunteering again, and volunteering with middle school kids. I started reaching out to people more. So I just wanted to share this with you, just in case someone else is feeling this way, and then what you can do to get out of the gray zone. So number 1, write down your values, stack rank them. What do those values mean to you? Why are they important to you? And how can you start experiencing at least the top 5 every single day? And then what's your play archetype? And how can you incorporate play every day? Play is different for different people. For my husband, he's a collector. He loves sports memorabilia, and he loves looking through his baseball cards, and that's play to him, not to me. So those are just a few tips. Please love this video, and let me know if this is helpful. And let me know if you relate, and let me know what you do to get out of your gray zone. If that's something that you are experiencing, what you'll commit to. And if you have experienced it in the past, what helped you get out of it. Thank you. Bye.